Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Sippin' with Anna. Today we're going to be doing another grocery store side-by-side wine tasting with the varietal Prosecco. Also, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification button. This really helps my channel to grow, and I really appreciate it. Thanks. Go ahead and give you some information on what Prosecco is. Prosecco and Champagne are both sparkling wines. So the fermentation process is basically the same as Champagne up to the secondary fermentation. The secondary fermentation for Prosecco is produced the same as like the Chamant method, but instead of the second fermentation happening in the bottle, it happens in large stainless steel tanks, which means that the sparkling wine itself has far less and less extended contact with the lees, allowing the fruitiness of the grapes to come through. You're going to be tasting green apple, cream, honeysuckle, pear, and honeydew on a Prosecco. Prosecco Brut is dry, not sweet. Prosecco Extra Dry is moderately sweet. And Prosecco Dry is a sweet wine. We're going to start off with the Kirkland Costco brand. That costs $7. I'm going to pour it next. So I already took off the foil before I started the camera. Sorry. You see there's a cage on here with a cork. I leave the cage on and I twist and I point this away from anybody or anything that can break. Love that sound. Go ahead, give us a pour. Beautiful. Look at the bubbles. Now, I always tell you guys I don't like chilled wines, but I do make an exception for my bubbly. I just think that room temperature bubbly is disgusting. So I did chill these. Look at that. It's almost clear in color. And one thing, I don't know if you've heard me mention this before in my other videos, you never swirl a bubbly. So when we do our 4 S's of wine, for a bubbly, we're going to do 3 S's. See, smell, and sip. If you swirl a bubbly wine, it breaks the bubbles, and we don't want to do that. We want to keep as many of those intact as we can, so it excites our tongue. So see? Okay, I'm getting a smell of pear in this one. And maybe a little honey, maybe not honeysuckle, but honey. Okay, we're going to go ahead and, well, I can't swirl. Sorry, I almost swirled. It's such a habit. Ooh, that's smooth. So this is the Kirkland brand. Prosecco. Hails out of Italy. O Solo Prosecco. Superior D.O.C.O. And I'm not sure what that means, but I'll look it up before we hang up or we end this video. All right, so that was my first sip. Delicious, not dry, not sweet. It was just a perfect amount of bubbles on there. It wasn't like overly bubbly where it gets you in your nose. It's not overly sweet, but it's not overly dry. It's just really well balanced. $7 a bottle at Costco. Second sip, I'm getting some lemon zest in there. A little bit of green apple. Not so much honey. A little drier on my palate. Still delicious. The third sip, I'm going to go ahead and do that now with the Costco Prosecco. That is delicious. $7 a bottle, you can't beat that. It's really very well balanced. There's not a lot of acidity to it whatsoever. That lemon zest that I tasted in the second sip, it really dissipated in the third. I'm tasting a little more green apple, but it's not too tart. It's very, very, very balanced. Um, it's just easy drinking, very dangerously easy drinking. So if you wanted to go ahead and try that, $7 at Costco in Idaho. I don't know if it's $7 everywhere else, but on their website it does say $7. So I'm sure it's probably the same price across the board. I wanted to share with you some of the characteristics of the Costco Prosecco. It says it's wildly effervescent with the slightest touch of sweetness, subtle notes of fruit, which is true. Prosecco must be, okay, we already know that. It says it must be made of 85% of the Glera grape, which we already know. They say that last 15%, they leave that to the winemaker's choice to make it what it should be. And I have to say that this winemaker did an excellent job on this Prosecco. I do like sparkling wines. I like the extra dry sparkling wines, so they're not too sweet, not too tart, or not too sweet, not too dry. But this one is very, very well balanced, and I am going to recommend it. We're going to go on to the next ones to see how they fare. Go on to our second one. That's going to be the Kim Crawford. I'm going to read you a little bit of information on the Kim Crawford Prosecco. Sparkles with crisp notes of citrus and tropical fruit. Yeah, that's what it is. It's tropical fruit. Tastes like a vacation in your mouth. Refreshing and easy to drink. Yep, exactly. It's very refreshing. It's very easy to drink. Kim Crawford lets your amazing self shine through. Wow, that's a good advertising tactic right there. Very good. Okay, so Prosecco Italy. I haven't opened anything in the bottle. It is product of Italy. So from the northeastern region, Glera grape, 85%. I did not peel this correctly. It's got a little perforation around that foil, which should make it easy, but of course, I started it in a different area, so it's making it a little more difficult. All right. Okay, so see this cage? You're going to take this, you're going to unwrap the twisted wire. And I like keeping the cage on so that your cork doesn't go flying across the room. I always keep one hand on it just in case. Woohoo! Near the microphone. It's a nice sound. All right, so this one I think is a little bit more bubbly than the last one. I don't smell anything different. I do smell a little bit of lemon zest, a little bit of green apple, but that's about it. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay, that first sip was delicious. It's a little bit of fruitiness in the front. I got a little taste of like a strawberry. So that was nice and a surprise. Wow. Okay, so that was really, really good. I'm going to do the second and third sip. I think I have a new favorite. Okay, maybe they're all a little bit of my favorites, but that one was awesome on that first sip. I hope it tastes good in the next two. And it does. Oh my gosh. I have a friend. She decided to take a break from drinking, but her favorite is Prosecco. And oh, I'm going to have to, when she decides she wants to have some of this again, I'm going to have to share this with her. Well, not this bottle, but another bottle. But Kim Crawford. Wow. Okay. The bubbles, they hit, they're like explosion in your mouth. Oh, I'm really enjoying this. It's not too sweet. It's more fruity, but it's drier. Um, I like the finish on this one versus the Costco, but for the price, I can't remember how much I paid for the Kim Crawford. I'm going to look that up. I bought it at Target when I was over there the other day, but it was more expensive, I'm sure, than the $7 at Costco. So budget wise, if you're on a budget, the $7 from Costco is a good buy. It's delicious. The Kim Crawford, if you're going for something special like a birthday or an anniversary or some sort of celebration, wouldn't hurt to bring one of these. Okay, so this wine hails from Prosecco, Italy. On the palate, it's complex fruits with tropical citrus stone fruits, followed by something that I can't read. Sorry. Bubbles. Bubbles on the palate. Yep, it has bubbles on the palate. Pairing notes as an aperitif as well as special moments. Omelets, savory pies, vegetables, cured meats, medium matured cheese, shellfish, and seafood pair well with this Prosecco. All right, we're going to go on to our final Prosecco, which is, I can't pronounce it, so I'm going to wait until I bring the bottle over. Marca Prosecco. It was $15 at Walmart Neighborhood Market. All right, I'm going to go get that. Be right back. All right, so we're back. We had a little technical difficulties with our gimbal, so I have to break out my backup. And as I mentioned, we're going to be trying our third and final Prosecco. This one is the La Marca, and I believe this is the one that my friend likes so much. It's her go-to. This one was $15 at the Walmart Neighborhood Market. I was just there, so I just thought I'd pick that up, and I broke the string. Yay! So gonna have to peel this one. Yeah. All right. Take off the foil. Hey, I wanted to mention too that we have some exciting news coming. We are going to be leaving the state in February, right around Valentine's Day, traveling to another state. I'm going to be dropping some more and more hints. This is for a particular event that they have every year, and I have attended this in the past, just to let you know. I'm so excited to be going again this year with my sister. We're going to be visiting as many wineries as we can. She is my designated driver, thank goodness, because I don't think I could do this on my own. Thank you, Sissy. And this one is it's called the Wine and Chocolate, and it's from Lodi. And I'm so excited. I can't wait to see all these wineries again. There's one in particular. I'm going to have Toad, that they do a spectacular port, and I'm so excited to try it. But there's so many out there, and it's just one day. I think they have it for Sunday, but like each day is $75 a ticket. You can go to Lodi Wine, and I think it's LodiWineandChocolate.com, and you can buy your tickets. It's totally worth it. And what they do there is you could start out at any of your wineries that you want to go to. We are starting out at Van Ruten, one of my favorites. And they do the wine and they pair it with the chocolate. And with your admission, which is $75, you get all your tastings and your pairings for that ticket. Totally worth it. Make sure you have a designated driver. I can't express enough how important that is. Hope to see you there. All right. So our third and final Prosecco today is the La Marca. And I took off the foil. We have the cage. We're going to be... Oh, this one's tight. Woo! Look at that. Whew. And I'm using different glasses just because I didn't want the residue of the other wines to influence my tastes. All right, so here we have another wine glass, or excuse me, flute. It's a flute for bubbly. Hear that? Ooh, that's very bubbly. It's beautiful. Smell it? Oh, that got me. Honeysuckle, green apple, lemon zest, and some sort of other sweetness that I smell, but I can't put my finger on the fruit for that one. Oh, that's good. It's more crisp than the Kim Crawford. It's more drying than the other two altogether. That's my first sip, but it dissipates. Mm, mm. Oh, it's tart and drying. Cute. All right, sip number 3. All right. Um, okay. This is a lot drier than what I particularly like. Um, it dried out my whole mouth. It does dissipate on the dryness, but it's much tartar, more tartness, uh, dry. I don't taste a lot of fruit in this one. It's definitely not sweet. Um, that first sip was really good. I can't say the same for the last two. For me, as far as my palate goes, it's not going to be my favorite. We're going to go ahead and give this one more try. Okay, so I got this at the Food and Wine Festival last year. I think it was March at California Adventure, and I got to try the um, Lisa Vanderpump sparkling wine. It was her rosé sparkling wine, and it was so good. I don't know if they did anything to it to make it better, but oh, it's so good. And so I got to keep this. I'm going to go ahead and give this a try again, all 3 of them in this. I'm going to use one of these glasses as my pour bucket or not, depending on how I like it, and see if that changes anything. So we're going to go ahead and start again with the Costco Prosecco. And we're going to use my special flute. It's insulated. Gave myself a little bit more for good measure, right? I know you can't see this. A lot of green apple. Oh, that's good. It still is good. $7. Really good. Cannot beat that. It's so balanced. Um, it doesn't have a lot of sweetness to it. There's not a lot of fruit forwardness in it, but it's because of the bubbles and it's so balanced, it's easy to drink and it doesn't dry out your palate. So I'm going to go ahead and recommend this one. It's not going to be my number one yet. I want to try that Kim Crawford again, and I will try the La Marca one more time. Unless something magical happens, I'm not going to say that La Marca is going to be my favorite. I know my friend likes it, but that's her palate, and everybody's palate is different. You have to remember that. So what tastes good to me may not taste good to you. You may like something completely different. I do enjoy these. I never thought I would like a Prosecco. I was more of a sparkling wine. I have my favorites there, and we'll do that another day. But as far as the Proseccos go, yeah, that's a good option, especially for the price. So Costco, $7. Yum. You got the La Marca for $15, and I think the Kim Crawford, I did buy her on sale, and I don't think she was over $10 at Target. I could be mistaken. I just kind of grabbed her up, but I did see the sale sign. Oh, yeah, she was $10. So really good sale. If you find her on sale, that's a good buy. All right, so I did finish. I didn't pour it out. The Costco Prosecco. Delicious, easy to drink. We're going to try again the Kim Crawford Prosecco. So far, Kim Crawford has been my favorite. And it still is. I don't know what it is. It's just like a burst of bubbles and flavor and fruit right when you first take a sip. And to me, that's what I'm looking for. I don't want something to dry out my palate. I don't want something to taste too lemon zesty or tart. I want something to be really balanced. I want it to be something that I want to go back for another sip like this one. Mm, mm. Kim, you got it right. It is really good. It's not overly sweet. It's not sweet. It's just there's fruitiness to it. I want to say some tropical fruit. So yeah, but it's not like a sugar bomb at all. It's just fruit. Nice balanced fruit. So it's not overly done. I don't taste any zest here. That's good for me. Okay, we're going to give our third and final Prosecco another run with the insulated flute. All right, so here we go. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Not so dry. Like, I think this happened the last time I tried this. The first sip was really, really good. And then the second sip was not. And the third sip was even not much better. That first sip was really good on this one. If you could take like a Chambon. Have you seen those? I'm going to have to show it to you. Chambon. You put like the sparkling wine in there and it's like you shoot it into your mouth. I'm going to show you what that looks like. All right. I'm not going to do it. No, I won't do it. But they're fun if you get a chance and you're either home or have a designated driver when you do it because it'll go right to your head. All right. It might be this insulated glass, but that second sip was really good. A little dry. Oh, you know what I'm tasting? Minerals. I'm tasting a little minerals on the back end. That's what it is. I couldn't figure it out. It doesn't taste like chalk or drywall like we talked about in the previous video, but it's mineralistic on the finish. Put my finger on it. Now I can. It's good. Actually, the mineralistic taste on the end is actually appetizing. It's very fresh. Mm. Okay, let's go back. The La Marca, I'm going to say, when I'm drinking it out of this flute, I really like it. I didn't like it out of the regular glass flute. I don't know if that makes a difference, but it did here. The Kim Crawford is my favorite, number one. Close second is the Costco. And a very near third, only because my first tastes were not favorable to this one, is the La Marca. But tasting it out of the insulated flute, much better. And maybe that's why that Vanderpump tasted so good. I hate to say that, but it could be like that glass. Like I mentioned to you guys before in another video, when you try a wine, it all depends on the glass. If you drink it out of a different type of vessel, it could change the characteristics of the wine altogether. And I want you to try that and let me know what you think. So if you go out and you try like let's say the Proseccos, and you're trying it out of a regular flute, or you try it out of an insulated flute, or something else, please let me know. Maybe crystal, lead crystal. Let me know. Does that change the flavor of the wine? Actually, I do have lead crystal. I'm going to go ahead and try that. Be right back. All right, so the third and final we're going to try in the crystal is this La Marca. La Marca. I just want to make sure I'm saying it correctly. Grizzly wants some wine. He needs to show his ID, and he doesn't have a valid ID, so he's not getting any. Okay. Bubbly. I'm smelling a lot of green apple. That's it. I got a weird sniff of soy sauce. I think it's just coming out of my brain. But okay, we're going to give this one the final taste with the crystal. Oh, that's good. It's really good. Always that first sip is just so good. Almost like a pineapple. That's what I'm tasting. That first sip is pineapple. Still pineapple. Huh, interesting. A lighter pineapple, it dissipates, not so dry. Okay, all right, so we're going to go back. For the money, Costco, Kirkland brand Prosecco, $7 a bottle. You can't beat that. Delicious. It's just not, it doesn't have, it's very well balanced, but it doesn't have a lot of fruit forwardness. But still so good. Not too dry on the palate. The second one is La Marca. This one was $15. I know my friend loves this one. It is actually good. I almost gave up on it when I was drinking out of the regular flutes. But this is not too bad. My close second. My top is the Kim Crawford. In any vessel that I drank this one out of, be it the glass flute, the insulated flute, the crystal flute, she was delicious. I mean, it made me happy drinking this one. So if you want to bring this to a really nice celebration, check to see if it's on sale. Target has some really good sales right now because it's after the holidays. Maybe you can get something for like $10 like I did on this one. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate your time. I had fun with this one. All the Proseccos were delicious. There was not a bad one in the group. It's just you have to pick best, and the best was the Kim Crawford. I would love it if you could like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification button. It really helps me to grow my channel. I need you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day. I'll see you on the next one.